Alright you guys, in today's video, we're going to be adding a much needed piece of equipment for this 75-gallon tank. And the best part is, this equipment can go in any tank and it makes every tank better that it goes into. Without further ado guys, let's go ahead and get right into it. Now I'm planning on rescaping my 75-gallon South American cichlid tank here to look more natural, but before I do a complete overhaul of the aquascape, I first want to add this Hygger wave maker here guys. Now this wave maker is absolutely amazing, has so many features that we're going to show you in today's video, but this is what I'm adding into the tank today guys before I start rescaping it. So big shout out to Hygger for sending me over one of these to review. Let's go ahead, let's get right into it guys. So before I go ahead and I put this wave maker in the tank and show you guys what it's all about, we're just going to do a quick unboxing here. Now, as always, there's going to be a link to this Hygger wave maker in the description. So if you want to pick yourself up one, go ahead and feel free to do so. Also, all of Hygger's socials will be in my description as well. So make sure to check them out. They have great quality products, such as this one that I'm going to go ahead and unbox for you guys. So let's go ahead. Let's open up this Hygger pump. And as you can see, just from opening it up here, you can see you have the user's manual here, which we're going to go ahead and read to set this guy up. This is the HG042 version. And yeah, just a typical, some instructions. You can see the product diagram there. So this is all going to be great stuff when setting it up. And then right away, you're greeted with the LED controller, which is really cool. So this is where you'll go through all your settings, all your different modes. It says like Wi-Fi feed here. So we'll read into all this stuff and see what all this high-tech stuff does. But let's go ahead, pull it out, get the foam. There's tons of foam in here for great packing. So this thing is in here, not going to get damaged at all when it's shipped, which is awesome. So yeah, a nice little LED controller here, and you can see the plugs. Love these plugs too, that they ensure a secure connection. Nice threaded connection. Let's go ahead, let's see what else we got in here. We have a little guard, which is awesome. These are really cool. So if you have like a reef tank and you have like an anemone, this is like an anemone guard, or this will ensure that like no small fish could get like possibly sucked into the wave maker. As well, we also have like this foam, like adhesive pad, maybe to connect your little Hygger LED controller to something like a mounting pad. I assume that's what that's for, but we will find out. So yeah, these are great to always have. Love that it comes with it. And then as well, we have another piece of foam here. Let's go ahead. And yeah, that's all that's in the box. So here we have, I assume, this is where it plugs into the wall and then also plugs into your controller. So yes, very, very nice stuff here. Very standard. And then we have the actual wave maker itself, which is really cool. And yeah, you can see this is like the threaded part that will also thread into your Hygger controller. And then we have the power head itself, which is real nice, slim looking design. This is blue, but it also comes in black if you wanted it in black. And my favorite part about this is it is magnetic. So this piece of foam here represents your tank, and then obviously this is inside of the tank, and the magnet is outside of the tank. And you can see just like that, it's a strong little magnet. And yeah, that's exactly how it clips. Don't want to pinch your fingers there. But that's pretty much everything that comes with this Hygger power head. Everything feels like super high quality, and I love the packaging. Everything is super protected. So in case of like shipping, or if someone was to drop this box, everything would be perfect, and everything feels like super, super high quality, like I said. And then you get a little suction cup mount here to kind of help with wire management. And yeah, that's great, guys. Absolutely love this. Like I said, big shout out again to Hygger for sending me one of their pumps here, guys. Make sure to check it out and get one today. You can see there's some of the product features if you wanted to just take a quick look. But let's go ahead, guys. Let's throw this thing on the tank because I'm excited. And that's what I'm sure we've all been waiting for. And real quick before we put this on the tank, guys, I just want to go ahead and highlight some of the cool functionality and customizability features of this power head. So as you can see here, we have a frequency value selection button, which is on the controller. We also have 1 to 20 gears available for flow rate. So there's 20 different flow rates you can pick, which is awesome. And you can also have like a little night mode, which is really cool. And then also have like a Wi-Fi feed, so a feeding mode and wireless linking to share buttons. So if you guys want to read through here, you can go ahead, pause the video now. But you also have, which is my favorite, is these working modes. So as you guys can see, there are 6 different working modes here. So M1 is just constant flow rate working mode, adjustable in 1 to 20 gears. You also have a classic wave making mode, which is also adjustable through the different flow rates, the 1 through 20. And then here we have the classic reverse wave making mode here. You guys can go ahead and read about that. And then we also have the sine flow creation mode. So that makes like a sine wave in the top of your tank. And we also have the random flow creation mode. So it's just creating random flow. And then another really cool one is the single-sided switching of wave making flow. So this is if you had almost like 2 wave makers connected in sync, they could, push the water around in certain ways. So this is just a bunch of different customizability options that come with this wave maker. So if you have corals that like flow a certain way, like some sort of pulsing flow or maybe like a sine wave creation mode flow, you are able to customize and fine tune your wave maker basically to your liking, which is absolutely awesome. That's why I just absolutely love this pump, aside from everything else. Let's go ahead. Let's finally get this thing on the tank, guys. So as you guys can now see, I finally got the wave maker installed. So you guys can kind of see the water flowing through the middle of the channel, the water column right there. And so far, I really enjoy it. So as you guys can see, this is what it looks like with the magnet stuck to the wave maker itself. And I really love the look of this. And something that's a huge benefit is you can actually move the wave maker without sticking your hand in the tank. So that's a big plus because I always hate having to adjust the wave maker and you got to get your arm wet. So this is just, super convenient to move this thing around. As you guys can see, just super easy to move with the magnet, and the magnet is a super clean look. So I love that. So this is what the LED controller looks like, and I don't have it mounted anywhere because I'm not sure where I'm going to put it, but I'll probably just stick it to the side of my tank stand. But this is what it looks like lit up. So as you guys can see here, you guys can see it says M1. So that is, sometimes it'll shut off if you don't touch it. But you guys can see it says M1. So that is like the first setting. And then FL means the flow is on 1, and that goes up to 20. So it's on the weakest setting, which I'll turn it up to show you guys what that means. We're at the frequency 23, and then some of these other things I'll get into in a second. So now the flow is turned up to the setting 20, and you guys can see the particles are moving a little bit faster. The fish are kind of getting pushed to the back of the tank, so it's got some good strength to it. And as well, you guys can obviously see the difference in surface agitation, and obviously you can raise the power head up to get more surface agitation, or you could lower it. So it's really perfect. I mean, it generates a lot of power, but you can also kind of turn the power down and make it not as powerful. As you guys can see, all the fish are over at the right side of the tank, kind of fighting against the current, which some fish probably enjoy. But I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna turn it back down to a lower setting, which I'll probably keep it at for most of the time. So this next feature of the Hygger water pump is one of my favorite. It's really unique and it's really cool. So this has a light on and light off setting. So basically when the lights turn off, you can like set your power head to kind of be more quiet and more toned down during the night for your fish. And when the lights turn back on, you can kind of set it to your normal during the day settings, if that makes sense. I'll show you right here. So as you guys can see on the top left, it says M4 and the flow is 20. And you guys can see in the top right, it says L on, which means light on. And this little thing right here, that's the light sensor. So I'm gonna simulate the lights shutting off, which is gonna be my thumb covering the sensor. So no light can get to it. Watch the M4 and the FL20. If I cover it, see it goes to M1, FL1. So it completely shuts down the flow and the setting of like whatever setting you have set, if that makes sense. So it defaultly went back to M1 and FL1, which is really cool. And you can toggle this on and off just by holding this light button. So see, it says L on. If I hold it for 3 seconds, 1, 2, 3, it says L off. So now no matter what, if I cover this light sensor or not, it's gonna stay at the constant flow that I have it set at. So if you want your flow to be constant throughout the night, you can keep that off. But if you want it to be quieter at night, maybe a little bit more peace, even though this power head's pretty quiet, you can turn that on. And then as you guys can see with the light, it's M4 Flow 20. I think it's bugging out because my hand was in front of it. But see, when it's getting the light, boom, it's on full power. And then when the light's cut off, back down to 1. And that'll give your fish a break if you have an intense flow. So that's just a pretty cool feature, I think. Another cool feature about this power head is it also has this feeding mode. So if you press and hold the feed button for 3 seconds, it will shut the flow off for 10 minutes, and then you can go ahead and feed your fish without the flow disturbing them, which again is really cool. You don't have to unplug it. You just come up to the controller, press and hold it for 3 seconds, and boom, the flow cuts off, and you can feed your fish just like that. So I went ahead, guys, and I mounted the power head to the back right of the tank. I think that's where it's going to stay for now, and I'll slowly adjust it throughout as I use it and where I see it best fit. But guys, also these are the settings I'm going to run for now. So I'm at the M4 setting, and I'm just going to keep it at flow 1, and I'm slowly going to turn it up, like I said, as needed. Because if I think the tank needs more flow, just go ahead, I'll turn it up. And if I think it needs less flow, I can just turn it down. But as you guys can see, you know, the power head in here at flow 1, you guys can see it's providing some movement in the water column, but it's not disturbing the top. And if you want it to disturb the top, of course, you can also do that as well. But yeah, overall, guys, I'm really happy with this power head. And now that we have this thing in here, I can go ahead, I can rescape the tank. And I just thought that getting the proper flow in here was a vital step before I went ahead, rescaped the tank, and got any more fish. Because to be honest, guys, flow is like one of the most important things that you can have in your tank. It provides oxygen and can also clean your tank. You guys can see a bunch of like particles in my water column right now that will be, you know, picked up from the filter, and they otherwise wouldn't have been picked up if it wasn't for the wave maker. And just a real quick note before this video ends, guys, I really would have loved to put the wave maker in my saltwater tank here, because I think the corals would have demonstrated, you know, the different flow patterns a lot better. But with that being said, Hygger does make weaker power heads that can go in smaller nano tanks like this. So, you know, maybe one day we could pick one up and do another review on another one. But guys, with that being said, I absolutely love this Hygger power head, and I'm just going to keep running it on this tank from all the videos from here on out. And I'll let you guys know if any settings change, if you guys want any updates in the future. I'll let you know how I'm liking it, but as of right now, it's absolutely amazing. I love it, and I think you guys should pick one up. Big thank you and big shout out to Hygger. Check out the links in the descriptions for a link to the power head and all their socials as well. But thank you guys. I'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you for spending some time with me, looking at my fish and this new power head. But I'll see you guys in the next video. Take it easy. Peace out, y'all.